Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Zach with Money Pit RC. Today's video, we're going to be doing a build breakdown on this little guy racing parts build. So every time I post this vehicle on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, it gets a good amount of views. So we're going to do a full build breakdown. I have a lot of people asking what I use to build this rig. So that's what we're going to do today. So right off the bat, it is rocking the Little Guy Racing Parts R Factor body, which is kind of like a resemblance of a Bronco, I would say, mixed with like a station wagon. So I really do like this body. I did have the X Factor body on this, but I wanted to change it up. So we painted a nice pearl white to match the wheels, which are the Little Guy Racing Cyclone wheels, also in white. And then I did polish the outside like beadlock rings, and I put a little bit of black paint to represent for screws. And then as for tires, of course, Little Guy Racing Parts Trench King 63 millimeter tires. Still having the stock foams on these. So let's get a closer look at inside the body. All this bumper stuff is actually made for the X Factor body, which is kind of like a truck looking body. So I did have to grind down a little bit of the back tabs and extend it backwards a little bit, but it did work just to get the good wheelbase. As you can see, the frame is the comp chassis from Little Guy Racing Parts, which does come with the CNC'd frame rails. It came with the CNC'd skid plate. Also, it does come with the trays, so you can hold the battery and receiver. It comes with the 3D printed shock towers and shock tower brace. It came with the printed rock sliders. Also came with a printed front bumper, but that broke off, so don't worry about that. And then also, we are rocking the Little Guy Racing Parts high clearance links, aluminum links. So the main power plant of this is the Fury Tech brushless micro Komodo. As for transmitter and receiver, we picked up a Turbo Racing transmitter and receiver, which is really nice. It's a very easy transmitter to use, very basic controls, and I think it was only $25 on Amazon. Very nice. I had no issues with this so far. So as the servo I'm using, it's the Reefs Micro 99. Also having a Reefs Shorty horn up front. And then to tie that all together, I do have the Little Guy Racing limiting straps, which is that brass piece that connects to the servo, and then it comes with the rubber bands to go around the shock towers to hold that front end up so it doesn't unload as you're going up hills. For axles, we're running the newer version of the RC all-wheel drive Portal axles with the upgraded CVDs. And then we do have 7mm hex extensions, brass of course, for the weight. We are also running the Grizzly Works flex extensions, give a little bit more articulation. And for drive shafts, we are rocking the RC all-wheel drive shafts, the new version of these, which I was skeptical at first because they're kind of like telescoping ones, but I've had no issues so far, and they look great. Pretty much wraps up the build for this. So right now I'll just do a little montage of some running footage. So right now we're going to take it on the Hangar RC test, which is the crawler tracks. I have 3 obstacles. We're going to see if we can conquer them all with the Little Guy Racing Parts build. All right, so we're going to start on the pipeline, which is a pretty easy one to do. It's just the only problem is this is so wide compared to the actual obstacle. So we're going to give this a shot, see if we can get over it. Which it's pretty easy to actually do. It's just hard to stay on without falling off, I would say that one is a win. Up next is the frame bender, which don't mind this decal. It's off because you can change the configurations of these, and I have them a little backwards, but like I said, this one is the frame bender, so it tests the articulation of your vehicles, which we're just going to move this for now, put it in the background. So like I said, you can change the configurations of these. You can take these out, swap them side to side, change them however you want. So we're going to do this one right now. Love the Fury Tech system. How slow you can get this thing to crawl. So much control. Beautiful. And then lastly, we have the Wave. So this is probably my all-time favorite obstacle. Really test the articulation. Like I said before, you can change these up. You can take this out, switch it side to side, however you want it. It really doesn't matter. It is up to you how you want to build them. So you've probably seen me do this a whole bunch of times on my TikTok or Instagram if you follow me. This thing just handles the wave like it's nobody's business. Just basically glides over these hills with ease. So we're going to flip it around. We're going to come this way. Really get that angle. Look at that. Just takes it beautifully. This is my all-time favorite obstacle from the Hangar RC. If you want to pick one up or any obstacles that you've seen, I'll leave a link in the description below to their website. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Build Breakdown with the Everest. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I'll catch you in the next video.